Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Trevenant. Trevenant in the back on this ABB-style double ghost team. Trevenant is on this team to close the game strong. You just have to draw out any potential normal types that may be lurking in the back on your opponent's team. Once you clear that normal type, Trevenant is generally free to wreak havoc, and that is why we've got Sableye on the safe swap. Sableye a little bit more flexible up against the normal types. It can fight back with neutral damage against those normal types. They really only resist the fast move pressure. And the elephant in the room, the normal types, by that I basically mean knocked out. And that's why we've got Walrein on the lead to handle those pesky knockdowns. Walrein also handles the Trevenant leads that we often see in the Great League. Not to mention the Dragon-type leads. Ever since the European championships, we've been seeing the rise in dragons on the lead, and there are few better answers to those dragons than Walrein on the lead. This has been one of my favorite go-to teams in the Great League since Season 14 began, and here we go. Not the best lead coming in the form of Stunfisk, but they give up Switch. They swap into a Lantern, and we had the perfect answer to that in the back coming in the form of Trevenant. This is why it's rough safe swapping Lantern. I mean, I get it. There aren't very many strong safe swap options. There are some, but not as many as in the past. So I get it, but not the safest of swaps, let's just say, because there could definitely be a ghost type lurking in the back, and we all know the story on this matchup. Trevenant absolutely dominates Lantern. They know that, so they do not commit any shields. And they've got a Noctowl, so they reveal Noctowl. Beautiful! This is precious intel that we can now use to perhaps pull out the win here. Revealing the third, we now know exactly how to align these Pokemon. We're just going for these seed bombs and chipping away slowly but surely. We bring back in Walrein, and now it's Sableye time. Sableye can do okay up against Stunfisk. If they land the EQ on an XL, it's not as devastating as if you were not an XL. That's why it's generally nice to have that XL Sableye in the Great League. Every bit of bulk that you can give to Sableye is very nice. And we do successfully shield up that big EQ. They are not messing around. They realize the pressure is on, and they are going for the jugular. We are fine to play out the 2 shield, as we know that we do quite well. They are not putting the hope and faith in a Noctowl. No, they realize. I think they waved the white flag. They realized it was over. Good game, well played to them. Like I said, guys, this is one of my favorite ABB-style teams to run in the Great League. All the moving parts complement each other beautifully. And here we go, a Azumarill lead, pretty neutral lead. So we can stay right here. We can do quite all right in the zeros, depending on the IVs on the Azumarill, of course. Tried to go for the CMP, but they go for the extra, and that's not ideal for us. So we're going to try and recover here. They're going to go for a move here. This could absolutely be a play rough. It'll be very interesting to see the moveset. It is play rough, so very interesting. So they might be on Ice Beam play rough. We do tank another potential play rough here. If they want to bait, that'd be great, but no, they want to go straight play rough. That's okay. Gonna go for the EQ here. And again, it comes down to IVs in this matchup. It doesn't quite KO. That is unfortunate. So gonna come in with Trevenant and go for a farm down. Getting ahead on energy here. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they have in the back. Azumarill often has at least one ghost type in the back. We see a Stunfisk here, so we can do fine. Shields are still up. Trevenant does quite well against Stunfisk because they're forced to go straight Rock Slide, and they don't have Stab, and they need a few of those to take us out. Tried to catch that as they did shield, and they revealed their own Trevenant in the back. So yeah, I was right on my team read. There was at least one ghost type. We just happen to have another ghost type that dominates theirs. They let that go, cutting the losses, putting the hope and faith into their Stunfisk. We shield up the Earthquake successfully. That is beautiful. Again, another Stunfisk playing with a sense of urgency. And and I don't blame them. It's not looking too good for them, unfortunately. Gonna shield up what could be another EQ and just look to seal the deal here. It is just about over, unfortunately. They are going for the jugular at every turn. No sense of baiting, no not wanting to bait whatsoever. Gonna throw this foul play, and they do wave the white flag. Rather than top left, they just let the foul play go. Good game, well played to them. Oh, this team just puts in the work. Very, very solid Great League team to really rack up some wins. And here we go for reasons like this. We've got a nice lead here. Noctowl gonna look to play to the CMP tie. They anticipate that and catch it onto a Lantern. And this is absolutely a-okay. No problem. We had an excellent answer to this Lantern in the form of our Trevenant here. So and of course, we want to keep that far and away from the Noctowl. We do have to be a bit careful, though, because these Lantern trainers, they like to put up a bit of a fight. So if we let them, if we get a little too comfortable here, it could get a bit dicey. And that speaks volumes on the power of Lantern. So we do throw and elect to just get rid of it. Ideally, I would have liked to have gotten a little bit low, but then if they see that, they start shielding, and then it gets a little dicey. So we play it safe. We take out the Lantern, leaving 2 healthy, giving this Noctowl immense farm, which is never, ever a good thing. So we're just chipping away slowly but surely, getting the Noctowl below 50% health. That is amazing. And we will just soak all this damage here because I'm reading that there is likely either a Medicham or a Trevenant in the back. So we'll just soak all this. The Noctowl is getting pretty low, and if it comes down to it, Sableye can handle it from this health range. And there it is, right on cue. It was a Medicham lurking in the back. Unfortunately, they did sneak through a counter on our Walrein. We do still have a move stored, so we are playing with that in mind, but this is about as dominant of a matchup as you can get in the Great League. Sableye on Medicham. It does not get much more dominant. Gonna look to get rid of it with a foul play so that we remain a bit healthy, but they are shielding. Very interesting. I would imagine they want to get shields down. They are 1 wing attack off from their 3rd sky attack. So, yeah, they are just trying to get shields down here. And we are getting quite low because we did tank that first ice punch. And yeah, that's what they're doing. So I can see what they're trying to do from a mile away, and if you can do that, you'll know how to adjust for it. They're looking to combo play, wanted to get off that icicle spear, but we just gave them another wing attack. We were a little too low, but we win CMP tie, so it's a moot point. We're saying bye-bye to the Noctowl, and we're shadow clawing down the stubborn Medicham, taking the game with our Sableye. You love to see it. Good game, well played to them. That's the beauty of this Trevenant team. It handles the most widely used Great League team quite easily. And here we go. Shadow Charizard. If you're going to see this thing, this is precisely where you want to see it. They don't want any part of this Walrein lead, so they do catch. Good on them for that. They catch it on a Vigoroth, so we're going to beat this with our Trevenant. Trevenant dominates Vigoroth quite thoroughly. Everything is resisted. There are a few more dominant matchups than this one right here. Maybe Lantern, I would say. They're both up there. And it looks like they're going to just decide to cut their losses. They're letting it go, and I don't blame them. This is not flippable for them whatsoever. We're going to go for an aggressive farm down with double resisted Shadow Claws because we want to get low. We want them to throw that resisted Bulldoze, getting us as low as possible. And the Charizard throws immediately. The Shadow Squishy Charizard. They don't want to take damage because they know how squishy they are in the Shadow form. Look at these Powder Snows, and they are running away from the Walrein yet again, catching on a G-Fisk, just giving us precious chip damage. That Charizard, that Shadow Charizard, it cannot run forever. It's gonna have to face this Walrein at some point, so that is okay. Gonna go for this foul play here. And we are now drawing shields from this Stunfisk. Let's see if they are going to try and bait. We're going to call this. They are trying to bait, trying to get those shields down so that that overpowered Shadow Charizard can obliterate our team. Not going to let that happen. They can bait us all they want. It is not going to happen. The win condition now lies with Walrein. Going to look to take out this G-Fisk, or get it quite low, actually. Oh, no, it does KO. Yeah, it does KO. And they can farm down, that's fine. We have the shield advantage, and this Charizard is hanging on by a thread. Like I said, it cannot run forever. It's gonna have to face this Walrein. It is inevitable. And now we just farm down. We double shield and farm this thing down. And that is the drawback of running squishy Shadow Charizard in the Great League. Yes, it hits like a truck, but it is so squishy. Good game, well played to them. I gotta say, the usage in Walrein has dropped off tremendously, and I really don't know why, guys. Well, this lead would probably lead you to say, well, that's why right there. You're staring at a Basti, but guys, you're about to see the power of Walrein in the Great League. It makes these steel types sweat like you wouldn't believe because it has access to Earthquake. Beautiful coverage. And we're drawing a shield from the tankiest Pokemon in the Great League. You'd love to see it. This is why I prefer the non-shadow, because of this matchup right here, amongst others. You're able to get off 2 EQs, and they cannot farm you down before you can do that. They are going for the full aggressive farm down. That is absolutely fine. Gonna soft lose lead and come in with Sableye, taking the shield advantage here. We will tank a Stone Edge from this Basti, and they need 2 more Smackdowns to get to their second one. They're not going to get to it. The reason why we were okay losing lead there is because they're generally weak to our 2 Ghost types behind Basti, but not particularly so here. They happen to have a Pelipper. You don't often see that behind Basti, but we can put in work with our Sableye here. We're going to look to pressure that final shield or get rid of this Pelipper, as it can be a bit problematic up against our Trevenant, but it's getting quite low. So they should let this go, but they don't. They shield, so it's Trevenant time. All we have to do is shield up a potential Hurricane. That would be quite disastrous, and I'm sure that we can handle whatever they have left in the back in the zeros. We shield up that massive Hurricane, taking out the Pelipper, leaving with energy, and they wanted no part of that Trevenant. Probably a Medicham in the back, if I had to guess. Good game, well played to them. I'll tell you guys, if you're wondering what prompted me to run this team, there were so many lanterns in the back this morning. I said, to heck with this. I'm going with a Trev in the back. And would you know, it paid off big time. But here we go. Another steel type lead here. Like I said, Walrein can absolutely fight back against these steels. I would say G-Fisk, probably one of the better steel type matchups, maybe between that and Skarmory, I would say, because you can still hit for neutral with Icicle Spears, but they shield the EQ. We go right for the EQ, grabbing an early shield advantage. And now we're going to call this as we make an aggressive play into our Sableye. Just a Rock Slide. We tank that, no problem. We can tank a second one as well, but the fact that they are staying in here clues us in that they might be weak to a Sableye in the back. So we do want to preserve some health. And we do also want to get rid of this G-Fisk, as G-Fisk can often have a flyer in the back, generally an Altaria or even a Noctowl. So we kind of want to get rid of that because we know that we do have a Trevenant in the back. This is just another Rock Slide. We're going to just let this go and look to farm this G-Fisk all the way down. They will not make it to another one. They realize that as they aggressively swap into a Trevenant, so they were indeed weak to a Sableye in the back, and we have loaded energy, grabbing that final shield. Holy smokes, Sableye going on a roll here. Gonna look to get off this foul play, doing big damage to the Trevenant, and they do get the farm down. I thought for sure they were at a Seed Bomb, but apparently they were one off, as they don't even get off their move. Fully sacrificing Trev, and they had a Medi in the back. And it is nighty-night, sleep tight. Trevenant was gonna run right through the remainder of that team. That's gonna be a good game. Well played to our opponent. I hope you guys are beginning to see why this is one of my favorite go-to teams in the Great League this season. And here we go. For reasons like that, Noctowl there. They make a safe swap into a Sableye, though. So that's a tricky safe swap for this team. you kind of have to chip it before you get out. So we're going to let them dump this here because we don't want to tank it on our own Sableye. So we're going to chip and dip into our own Sableye for the mirror, coming in with a health advantage, ensuring that we can take out this opposing Sableye here. We don't want it anywhere near our Trevenant, so far we saw Noctowl, we see Sableye. We gotta hope like heck that their third is something that Trevenant can do okay against, hopefully a Medicham or a Lantern. That's generally what you see behind a Noctowl, so that's what we're hoping for. Two awful answers to our own Trevenant. They are thinking, waiting. We have loaded energy, gonna go for this foul play here. I'm thinking we can make it to 2 moves, at the very least back-to-back foul play, but I'm looking at these wing attacks. We're making it to this return. They don't have to shield this. It would be getting them extremely low, and they let it go, doing big damage on the Noctowl. That's what I mean, guys. Sableye is not completely helpless against Noctowl. Oh, and they got an Umbreon. Holy smokes. This trainer absolutely hates Trevenant. Holy smokes. They have 3 of the best answers to a Trevenant in the entire Great League meta. Whenever that is the case, my friends, it's generally not good for you. If they have 3 amazing answers to one of your Pokemon, that's generally not a good sign for you. Unfortunately, they are going to farm us all the way down. This is not looking good. Not trending in the right direction whatsoever. Gonna try our very best here, though. We have to shield at least one of these foul plays. Gonna have to let this one go. It doesn't KO, but I know that Noctowl either has a move or is very close to a move. Yeah, they were 1 wing attack off from a sky attack. Yeah, not looking good, my friends. We can get the farm down, though. We will be able to do that. And yeah, we have no shields. That Umbreon is still super healthy. Gonna throw this just to get a moral victory in grabbing a shield from the Umbreon. They had the shield out of caution, and they do. Good game, well played to them. We go down to the Snarl. What are the odds that they have 3 of the best answers to a Trevenant, and we happen to have one? That was insane to see. Here we go, Frostlass. Gonna go in the Sableye. That's a neutral lead for us. And they're staying in a little bit, likely trying to chip and dip to bring something in with a health or shield advantage. They will get the shield advantage, and they've got a Shadow Skarmory. Very interesting. You don't see these too often. So just going to throw with impeccable timing here. Going to throw on 7 because that'll ensure that we get this off. And we can trigger the CMP tie, getting those off back-to-back without taking a wing attack. That is proper timing in Pokemon Go Battle League right there. And they're going to throw this. This should just about KO. A Shadow Sky attack from a Skarmory. Yeah, that's... they do get 1 Air Slash, and it would have been nice if it was a clean KO, not spotting them that extra Air Slash. I'm looking at these Powder Snows, and I'm thinking we're going to farm this thing down. We do tank a Shadow Sky attack, no problem. We have some very nice bulk on our Walrein here. And oh, they've got a I thought they I saw the fighting typing. I thought for sure, I was like, is that a Shadow Machamp? But no, it was a Shadow Hitmonchan. So very interesting team here. They are looking to have some fun in the Great League, and I don't blame them. They do shield our Seed Bomb, as they gotta get either a shield or pressure some health here. That would have one-shot. We do shield, and yeah, they knew that it was lights out for that Hitmonchan, excuse me. Holy smokes. And yeah, as you can see, guys, that is the team. Very, very solid team for the Great League. Again, yeah, Walrein usage in the Great League is virtually non-existent this season. And again, I don't know why. I know it was nerfed. It was broken before, so the nerf fixed it. And I don't know. I guess people just don't like the idea of a pretty balanced yet still strong Pokemon, so they decide to not use it. But Walrein still has tremendous value in the Great League, handles the flyers quite nicely, I must say. You just have to protect it from Lantern and the Steel types, and we've got that in spades coming in the form of Sableye and Trevenant in the back. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.